Mm,
Yeah, we're live. Nice, it works. All right, all right, all right. Nice. Okay, let's check this right here. Yeah, okay, nice. Let's wait for some people to join.
yeah, you're so. I hate it. You're so up.
Yeah, all right. We have some
You
people.
got water on your face and all over you.
We have some people in here. So let's start. Welcome, AJ. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a long time waiting since my last podcast, but we're back. So yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
it
gonna
has been a
start.
while.
We're just gonna be talking about the upcoming season, the 5 Lap Championship, and the last season. So and let's start with the last season. Of course, you finished second in the Drivers' Championship and third, I think, in the Constructors by 1 point to Mercedes.
Yeah, it
Let's
was
start with
third in the
yeah.
constructors.
Let's start with the easiest question. Are you happy about how the season went? Yeah, are you happy?
Uh, Not really. I kind of struggled in the mid part of the season. I let it get away from me. Made some pretty big mistakes that cost me a lot of points. So should have been a lot closer in the drivers, and I mean I couldn't help the missing the last race in Singapore because, as a lot of you know, my wheel was broke. So missed that, which I mean would have been hopefully an easy second place in the constructors, but yeah, this season could have just been a lot more for both sides.
Yeah. So of course, you already mentioned that you lost a lot of points due to mistakes and some bad luck. I think. What has been like the most bad luck race? I think for you.
Um, that's a good question. Um, there was a few. Let's see. Uh, Either Silverstone or Brazil. Um, Brazil, I got tangled up in that first corner mess and then had to pit, so I was out of it for the sprint race. And then Silverstone just pretty unlucky with the strategy and then had an incident with Josh. Um, but I was feeling very confident there. So probably more Silverstone than Brazil
Yeah.
for bad luck.
Yeah. So of course, a lot of bad luck you mentioned, but also did there some things happen where you could have done things better, or was it just pure bad luck and you did everything right? Or
Um,
were there some things you could have done handle better?
yeah, I guess one of the big ones would be Miami, um, pitting a lap earlier like Mark did instead of staying out. But I mean, I didn't. I guess he took a chance and it paid off for him. I just wanted to play the safe game, but I guess also Bahrain with that first lap incident, that was that was dumb on my part. I had a pretty easy third place going
Hmm.
into that first corner. I just messed it up.
Yeah.
So probably Bahrain,
Yeah.
because I also just spun on my own later on in the race as well.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty ugly race
Yeah.
for me.
So of course we talked about a lot of bad moments right now, but are there also some moments you thought like, yeah, I did really good there, and yeah, are there some moments this season you felt really good with?
Yeah, I mean, obviously my two wins, but I'd say Portugal more than Mexico. I got kind of lucky in Mexico with Chris's penalty
Yeah,
because he was legitimately quicker than me.
yeah,
Um, However, Portugal, I felt really good. It was a solid race for me. The strategy was good. took advantage of the pits when I could. And overall, it was just, I had the pace, I qualified well, strategy was good,
Yeah.
and I got the win. So that was probably
Hmm.
my highlight of the season.
Yeah, exactly. So we now talked about the whole season, and with, of course, after Christmas, we're going to the next season. So what are a little bit your predictions for next season? Do you hope on better results, or you just hope to learn things, or yeah, what are your thoughts on
Yeah,
next season?
yeah, definitely hope for some better results. I mean, I did get second in the in the drivers' championship, so I'm happy with that for the most part. Obviously, I wish I would have been first, but I know what I need to work on for next season to make that happen.
Hmm.
Just need to make sure my bad races are still okay and not really bad races, like I did this past season.
Yeah, and of course you now talked about things you need to improve on. But do you think if you improve those things, like to what you said, your bad races that's still like okay. If you think you can manage your bad races pretty good, do you think you can be able to fight for the drivers' championships and also for the constructors?
Definitely the constructor. Drivers, it's up in the air. Obviously, you're pretty quick, but maybe if we get some other drivers up there to kind of mix things up, it might be a little bit closer for all of us. But yeah, I mean, if I improve that, it'll definitely be a closer fight for sure.
Yeah. Of course, in the beginning of last season, we already talked about a lot of people to be contending for the championship. I think in the end, not to praise myself, but in the end, it was like a quite a boring championship fight, I think. Are
Yeah.
you like, yeah, did you expect some more people to fight for the championship, or did you already a little bit expect someone like me or you to
Um,
go with it and take it easy?
I guess I did, but we, Mark put in a good fight. He had some bad luck as well.
Yeah,
George, I mean, obviously he's very quick, but he had a couple technical issues with his PlayStation. So he missed a few of those early on races where he could have scored good points and made a bid for the championship.
yeah.
Um, I definitely thought Chris would be up there, but unfortunately he just really hasn't shown up to many
Yeah.
of the races.
Yeah.
Um, Trying to think if there's anybody else.
Snoopy, maybe.
Uh, Snoopy, maybe. He, I can't speak for him, but I know there's a few races where he got tangled up in some incidents, and maybe if he avoided that, like in Mexico, unfortunately there was nothing anybody could do about it. He just got some pretty bad luck, so
Yeah.
if he, has some good luck go his way, he can potentially fight for the championship as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So of course, you're looking forward, I think, to the next season. But
I am.
as already Roy mentioned, we're probably gonna do reverse track lists. So we have tracks like Monaco, Jeddah, Abu Dhabi, Monza, I think, Zandvoort, Australia. Are there tracks you're really bad at, or you like those tracks? I think you don't really like
um,
those.
I'm okay. Monaco, we all know what I still have nightmares about that track
Yeah.
from one of the first seasons we did,
Hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
where I got pole and then put in the wall on the first lap. So hopefully can do better then on that track. And then also, I love France,
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm
Ooh.
hoping for a good result there. But other than that, I don't mind the tracks. I like Monza. I like Saudi Arabia. I still need to figure out, what kind of setups to run there.
Yeah.
Can't really think of. Zandvoort's good.
Mhm.
Australia's it was better better before one of these last updates, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall,
yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of them.
But would you prefer this track list we had last season or the next track list? You think?
Oh, this last track list was pretty hard to beat. I mean, you had all the classic tracks on there, other than Monaco, like Spa, Silverstone. But I mean, it's pretty. We had Code on there.
Yeah.
You know, we had really all the good tracks. Personally, I think they were all the best tracks.
Yeah.
Last season.
To sum it up, I think your main goal is to just improve on your bad luck. I think to make those bad luck races a little bit better and just fight at least for the constructors championship and maybe have a shot on the driver. I think that's a great way to sum it up.
Yeah, that's a good way of summing it up.
Yeah, so the last thing we're going to talk about is, of course, the upcoming 5-lap championship tomorrow. Are you looking forward to it, to start with?
I am.
Forward to it? Yeah?
I was so close to being able to get money last time.
Yeah, you nearly grabbed mine.
So I'm really looking forward to this. It was a lot of fun last time. I know I need to take it a little bit easier, not be so aggressive this time, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. So, of course, as you said, you nearly got the money into the money. I think you were running in P2 and P3 in Mexico. And then
I was running in P2, and Mark was running P1, and he said he would let me pass, but right before that, or right after that, I spun. So, not super happy about that, but could have been, I think, 4th. It would have been. Yeah, I think if it finished where it was.
Yeah, I knew if you would have got that P2, you at least would have got me. So I'm happy you spun in the end.
Yeah, but, I know.
Of course, in the end, you nearly lost. You lost the top 5. What's going to be your plan to be in the top 5 tomorrow?
Well, I'm hoping for another great qualifying in Bahrain, like last season, to start me off, up top.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I just need some consistent point finishes. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And maybe a podium here or there. So I'm gonna try and be as consistent as possible.
Yeah. But how do you going to try to be consistent as possible? It's going to be like quite aggressive to go for positions, or going to be like a little bit more back and just chill and to wait for
just chill, wait for people to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Not, I'm going to probably try and force somebody to make a mistake, but I'm not going to force myself past somebody and, have them turn into me or vice versa, me turning into them. So I'm just going to be kind of careful and just get positions where I can and hopefully finish in the points, most of the races.
Yeah. So, looking at the track list for tomorrow, we have Bahrain, as you mentioned already, USA, Kota, Brazil, Silverstone, Mexico, Australia, Austria, and Abu Dhabi. Of course, we have, I think, again, only the first round, a one-shot qualifying and then reverse grid, if I have it good. As you already told, you're aiming for a good qualifying in Bahrain to start with a good race. And after then, you will start a little bit further back. What's going to be your game plan to start a little bit further back? Is it going to be like already gaining a lot of positions in lap 1 or waiting for the DRS? Or
yeah, so I'm hoping because, my starts are, they're pretty good. So I hopefully nab a couple positions right off the line. And then, like I said earlier, from there just get positions where I can, take advantage of people fighting for positions, waiting for people to make mistakes and just pouncing on them when they do. So the goal is to just get those good starts at each race, get a couple positions off the line, and then from there, just just take as many positions as I can from people messing up and fighting.
Yeah. So looking at the track list, where is going to be a place where you can get a good result? So a podium or a top 5 finish?
Definitely, if it's anything like last time, Bahrain, Coda, potentially. What were some of the other tracks again? Let me look.
Australia, Austria, Abu
Not
Dhabi,
Australia.
Brazil, Silverstone, and Mexico, I think, are the others.
Silverstone. I'd like to get a few positions there. Mexico for sure.
Yeah.
Brazil potentially. The other tracks, Australia, Abu Dhabi, and Austria. We'll hope for the best, but I'm not super confident on those tracks.
Yeah, but that are also tracks there will be in the next season in our league. So
Yes,
might
they
need to
will.
practice.
Yeah. I will absolutely need to practice.
To finish the podcast, I'm asking the chat for some questions for you about next season, upcoming 5 Lap Championship. Maybe they have some. Maybe you have some questions. Oh, Roy already asked, where will David finish tomorrow?
Ooh, is that a question for me or for David?
I think it's for you.
Oh, hopefully behind me this time.
But where? Is it gonna be 6th, 7th, 8th, 5th, 4th?
I think fifth, either 4th or 5th.
I would be happy with that, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah. Alright, do we have some more questions? Where will Boermeister finish tomorrow?
Oh.
He's in the chat, so watch out.
Depends on how much space he gives me in Silverstone this time.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I honestly, after Silverstone, I don't know where he was, to be honest with you. So I
think he got taken out quite a lot of times. I think last time, so he got quite.
Okay. I mean, I would expect him to finish pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah. So Roy, again, question from Roy: will Limitless defend his title?
Well, with a bunch of League of MVP guys in there, we'll make it we'll make it tough on him. I know Mark's already planning a couple incidents with him.
Ooh.
His words, not mine.
I think we're going to be a little bit more aggressive with him because last time he joined for the first time, a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
I think we're going to be a little bit more aggressive with him. I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of us just didn't want to get on his bad side.
A tricky question from Cameron. I think you already know what he's gonna ask.
Oh God!
Is there any truth in rumors that Ferrari will monitor the performances of Cammy P03 in the upcoming season and look to promote him alongside the biggest cheater in the league, Austen? Of course, you mentioned already in the interview, Cammy is Ferrari's third driver, reserve driver.
He is, yep. He is a reserve driver.
Is there any truth
we'll be monitoring him. Mitch has been, a very strong driver. Taking, what was it, 5th or 6th in the constructors.
Oh, I
fourth.
Thought you.
Fourth. If he got 4th in the drivers, I mean.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say last 5 Lap Championship. He got 4th in there.
Oh no! I'm talking about in
I need to check
the League of MVP. I think it was around 5th, but he was only there for half the season.
He finished 7th. But
7th, okay.
Only 22 points behind P5, so I think that's not too bad.
Yeah. No, not at all. And he started halfway through the season.
Yep.
It's hard to beat that. As much as I enjoy leading Cammy on, it'll be tough for him to get the seat. Something would have to happen with, Mitch dropping out or whatever the case may be. But the rumors that Cammy is the third driver are true. but
Yeah.
we'll have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah. So Roy asks, will Cameron be on the wheel this season?
Cameron, as in
Yeah,
Dave,
Cammy.
Al. Oh,
Yeah,
Cammy. He
Cammy.
better be. He's been talking it up like he's going to, but I don't know if he's gonna actually,
He should.
man up and do it.
I think we can both talk. Me and you got a lot quicker. I think with the wheel we have
Oh
now.
yeah, I mean the wheel and Roy would know this if he ever decided to make the switch that
He should.
he you get a lot quicker with the wheel,
Yeah.
and then it's just more fun in general
Yeah.
when you're on the wheel. I don't want to ever go back to controller.
Nah, same. Sometimes I drive it just for fun, but nah, I'm just losing so much lap time if I try.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Roy, again we have a question. Mark versus Limitless, Silverstone 2.0? Question mark.
Yeah, yeah, we're definitely gonna see that. Obviously, you know, we don't want that to happen, but it'll probably happen.
Yeah.
Mark's gonna be on the thumbnail of one of Limitless's videos
hmm
for sure.
Yeah, so I think the most important question, what I expected to be asked in the chat, but it didn't came. Um, Cameron again with a question. There have been whispers in the paddock that there's an interview coming up with damages, but with which damages Mitch reputation and may force Ferrari's hand.
Uh, yeah, I don't know what he's referring to.
I think he just wants to make Mitch a little bit uncomfortable.
I
And
think he does, but
yeah,
there's nothing going on inside Ferrari that would suggest Mitch is, in danger of losing his seat or, causing any trouble at all, really.
yeah,
So that's just a false accusation.
yeah. I think to end our talks, our podcast, I think I have one more question for you. I think the most important question of the last month.
Oh
What are your
boy.
thoughts on the rumor of Ferrari breaking the cost cap last season?
I think it's pretty clear that we stayed well within the budget cap. Uh, Josh was hired to. I think Red Bull are the ones that broke it. To be honest with you, he was hired to take me out in Silverstone, and that's what he did. So I'm assuming he got paid pretty handsomely for that.
Yeah.
Along with you yourself, your wage of how much was it?
What?
Like 50 million or something like
Oh,
that?
my salary.
Your salary, yeah.
I think it was around 30 million. Cameron figured out.
Okay. So, with that salary, your car obviously being the quickest this season, just like real life F1, you guys need to be investigated, and
Yeah.
I'm sure if we did do an investigation, you'd be found guilty
Yeah.
of breaching that cost cap. Ferrari has not breached it at all. We've stayed well within our means, and these rumors that we have are just non-substantiated.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, those rumors are not facts? I hear.
They're not.
Okay. So, thanks for joining, AJ. Glad you joined, and yeah, good luck next season and tomorrow. All right. Thanks, man.